The Justin Baldoni and the Blake Lively drama has been crazy, so of course with our channel name being Famous Feuds, you knew that we had to make a video on it. The rift began between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively on the set of It Ends With Us, and it began as a subtle power struggle before it exploded into a high-stakes legal battle. The tension started during early 2023 production with 3 specific physical incidents that would later be the basis of Blake Lively's harassment claims, which she filed a while back, which had just complete amounts of drama spiral from there. First, Justin Baldoni, who has a history of back issues, reportedly asked a trainer about Lively's weight before a lifting scene. Lively had just recently given birth, and she felt like this was blatant fat shaming. Although, after watching the trailer and other parts of the movie, I don't really see it like that. Secondly, she alleged that during a scripted intimacy scene, Baldoni lingered too long during a kiss and moved his lips from her ear to her neck in an unrehearsed, disturbing manner. And then finally, her camp alleged a major boundary breach when Justin Baldoni reportedly entered her private dressing room when she was breastfeeding. As filming wrapped and post-production began in late 2023, the conflict shifted towards creative control. Lively reportedly felt that Baldoni's directional vision leaned too heavily into the male gaze, which prompted her to bring in her husband, the famous actor Ryan Reynolds, to rewrite the pivotal rooftop scene, which put the movie in a completely different light, because the rooftop scene was really what the movie hinged on. And they did this all without Justin Baldoni's input. This, of course, led to a battle of edits, where 2 versions of the film existed. You had Baldoni's original director's cut, and then also a producer's cut made by Lively and edited by someone else in the industry. And after much tension, the version that eventually hit theaters was largely based on Lively's cut, effectively sidelining and canceling Baldoni from his own project. The public first caught wind of the feud during August 2024 on their press tour, when the cast appeared completely fractured. At the New York City premiere, as a matter of fact, Baldoni was physically separated from the rest of the actors and conducted all of his interviews solo, which is definitely a red flag because you don't see that often in Hollywood or on any of these press tours today. While Baldoni focused on the somber reality of domestic violence, which led to an initial wave of support, especially amongst women, Lively actually faced a firestorm of her own because a lot of people said that she had a tone-deaf PR scandal for promoting her hair care line and wearing florals to match the movie's title, which many fans felt trivialized the actual theme of the film, which is, of course, domestic violence and love and trying to give all that up. So this PR war saw the entire cast, including the author of the original source material, which is the book, unfollow Baldoni on social media, essentially canceling him from the franchise he was helping make and direct. And by early 2025, the drama moved from the tabloids to the courtroom, and that's where things got more serious. As mentioned earlier, Lively filed a formal hostile work environment complaint, while Baldoni fired back with a massive $400 million defamation and extortion lawsuit. He claimed that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds used their celebrity power to orchestrate a smear campaign to cover up their creative takeover. And truthfully, if we're being honest, that kind of looks true. However, in June of 2025, a judge dismissed Baldoni's defamation claims, ruling that Lively's allegations were protected because they were part of a legal filing. This doesn't mean that it didn't hurt his reputation, but since it was a legal filing and it was a whole bunch of paperwork and everything else filled out there, and because it wasn't done in the public, the judge ruled that she was allowed to file these nasty allegations. Through all this, the movie's financial success remained largely untouched, grossing over $350 million on a tiny $25 million budget due to the hate-watching fascination of the public. So weirdly enough, their beef may have actually led to success in the end. What was looked at as kind of a mid-level Hollywood movie has ended up being kind of a blockbuster in a way. So it doesn't really matter which direction the creative energies went to in the end. Kind of ironic. And in the end, it seemed like things finally settled until late 2025 and early this year of 2026, where the case took another turn with the unsealing of sensitive evidence. A leaked internal Sony email surfaced where an executive reportedly referred to Lively as a creative terrorist, due to her demands on set. This backed up Baldoni's claims, and so this is a piece of evidence that could be vital. Additionally, there's also a voice memo which leaked showing Lively speaking kindly to Baldoni during production, which his lawyers argue has evidence to prove that her harassment claims were just manufactured and they were just made for the press to cover up her coup on the film's directions. Also, another little piece of information that was really fascinating is Baldoni as an actor wasn't just going through his lines and being an actor. He also was directing the film, which included looking at the budget, overseeing setup, and all of that stuff. So, Baldoni allegedly was upset with Blake Lively's wardrobe budget because her wardrobe budget absolutely skyrocketed the moment that she went on the film. And then finally, after a high-stakes 6-hour court-ordered settlement meeting failed on February 15th of this year, 2026, of course, the day after Valentine's, go figure, it was officially confirmed that neither side would back down. Now the two stars are headed to a public jury trial, which is officially scheduled to begin on May 18th of 2026. Of course, as Famous Feuds, we'll be sure to give updates after the trial, and it's actually crazy to think that this trial might be even more entertaining than the movie itself, not only with the two stars being involved, but also alleged involvement of other celebrity power names like Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce because of his relationship to her, and etc. So it's going to be really fascinating to see where this one goes. Anyways, that's the beef between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively summarized up. Thanks for watching Famous Feuds. We hope that you stay tuned for updates on this very, very famous feud.